Okay, so the first question is saying study the circuit below and calculate the value of study the circuit below and calculate the value of. So they've given us this circuit, of which if we check, we have a power source here, which is having a magnitude of 12 volts. Then we have these resistors. We have three resistors. We have this resistor, which is connected in series to this parallel combination of these two resistors. So part one is saying resistor Y, if the total resistance is 8 ohms. Calculate resistor Y if the total resistance is 80 ohms. Part 2 is saying the power dissipated in the 12-volt battery. The power dissipated in the 12-volt battery. That is part 1 of the question. So they've already given us to say we should calculate the value of resistor Y. This guy that they've indicated here. If the total resistance is equal to what? The total resistance is equal to 80 ohms. So this is very simple because when it comes to calculating resistance, I'm sure we know how to calculate resistance in a case where we've been given resistors that are arranged in series, but also resistors that have been arranged parallel to each other. So when we've been given parallel resistors, what do we do? How do we find the total resistance in a case where we've been given parallel resistors like these two, the 12 ohm resistor and the 6 ohm resistor? How do we calculate the total resistance from there? Okay, so we say the reciprocal of the total resistor is equal to the sum of the reciprocals of the individual resistor. So in this particular case, what do we say? We say 1 over the R total will be equal to 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2. This is how we find the total resistance when it comes to resistors that have been arranged in a parallel circuit. Whilst when our resistors are in series, the total resistance is just the sum of the individual resistors that we've been given, which means our R total is always equal to R1 plus R2, like this. This is how we find the resistance in series, but also parallel respectively. So they have already given us the total resistance for the whole arrangement here to say the total resistance is 8 ohms. And they've also given us the values of these two parallel resistors. So what are we going to do? We are first going to find the total from these which are parallel to each other. Then we're going to use this to find the total of the series combination of these two that are in parallel with that one, whilst equating them to this, because that is the total resistance. So that is the approach that we are going to follow. That is the approach that we are going to follow. So my first thing first, I'm going to say my R1 or my R1 over R total will be equal to 1 over 12 ohms plus 1 over 6 ohms, like that. This is what we're going to have. So I have my 1 over R total being equal to 1 over 12 plus 1 over 6. What's the answer? 1 over 12 plus 1 over 6. What's the answer? Anyone? Anyone? Okay, so if I punch it on my calculator, since you people don't want to respond, let me just punch it on my own. So 1 over 12 plus 1 over 6, this is giving me 3 over 12, like that. So we can cross multiply this. What are we going to get? We're going to get 3 RT being equal to 12, like that. Then we'll divide both sides of our equation by 3, like that. That means our total resistance in parallel here will be equal to 3 divided by 12, which is going to give us 4 ohms. So which means the combined resistance for these two resistors that are parallel to each other is equal to 4 ohms. Now, let's find the total resistance by combining these 4 ohms that we have here plus Y. These two are in series, which means we're just going to add them directly. And the total should be equal to what? Should be equal to 12. So what am I going to say? I'll say R total should be equal to Y plus the 4 ohms, which is the combination from the parallel combination there. So our R total, which is 8 ohms, should be equal to Y plus 4 ohms. So I'll take my 4 ohms to the other side of my equation. That means I'm going to have 8 ohms minus 4 ohms like that being equal to Y. That means Y is equal to what? Y is equal to 4 ohms. So Y is equal to 4 ohms. We've calculated the value of resistor Y. So the value of resistor Y is equal to 4 ohms. Part 2 is saying calculate the power dissipated in the 12-volt battery. Calculate the power dissipated in the 12-volt battery. So in this particular case, they want us to calculate the electrical power. So how do we calculate the electrical power in a case where we've been given resistance and voltage? How do you think we calculate electrical power in a case where we've been given resistance and voltage? What's the relationship between these three physical quantities? Okay, so starting from basics, we have to start from our basics. When you talk about power, we talk about the rate of doing something. Even if it's not an electrical circuit, even if it's just a car, the power of an engine, you are trying to put across the rate at which that particular engine is doing work or is performing useful work. So in this particular case, where we're talking about electrical power, by definition, the electrical power is just the rate at which electrical energy is being transformed by this electrical circuit. So how do we calculate it? We say power is equal to voltage squared divided by total resistance. This is the formula for calculating electrical power. Power is equal to voltage squared divided by total resistance like this, of which we already have the voltage in our equation, or in our question rather. We've already been given the voltage, the power source as it 12 volts. So I'll say my 12 squared here divided by the total resistance. And we've been given to say the total resistance here is equal to 8 ohms. So I'll just plug in my 8 ohms here. 12 squared divided by 8 ohms. That means my power, the value of power, will be equal to 12 squared. This is 144 divided by 8. So 144 divided by 8, this is giving me 18. So the power, the electrical power here will be equal to 18 watts. This is going to be our electrical power in this particular case. And that means we are done with part A of this particular question. Let's go to part B now. I can wrap this part. Part B is also about resistance. They're saying a wire of length 3 meters and resistance 80 ohms has a diameter of 1.5 times 10 to the power minus 4 meters. Calculate the resistivity of the wire. Calculate the resistivity of the wire. And this question is coming from tutorial sheet 8, because on tutorial sheet 8, that's where we have our fundamentals of electricity. So the relationship between resistivity and resistance. When you talk about resistivity, it's just the natural tendency. I explained this in tutorial sheet 8 to say it's just the natural tendency of a material to oppose the flow of current. So how do we calculate, or what's the relationship between resistivity and resistance? Now, to say resistance depends on the resistivity of that particular material, the cross-sectional area of that particular material, but also the length of that particular material. Resistance is directly proportional to the resistivity of the material and the length, but inversely proportional to the cross-sectional area, which means as area of that particular material is increasing, the resistance has to reduce. So the higher the cross-sectional area, the less the resistance in that particular material, whilst the lesser the cross-sectional area, the higher the resistance in that particular material. In sheet 8, they even asked us to show the relationship between resistance and cross-sectional area, where we ended up coming with a hyperbola like that. Here we have cross-sectional area, there we have resistance like that. This is the relationship showing that these two guys are inversely proportional. So we say your resistance is equal to resistivity, which is represented by rho, multiplied by length divided by cross-sectional area. So here they've given us the diameter. How do we calculate cross-sectional area of a wire if we've been given diameter? How do we calculate the cross-sectional area here in a case of being given diameter? Anyone? A wire is cylindrical in nature, right? It's like a cylinder. Maybe I can say it's like this, that side like that, even this side like that. So how do you calculate the cross-sectional area of this particular wire? That's the question.
Is by r squared.
Okay, just by r squared. Is it just by r squared? Okay, so in this particular case, we've been given diameter, but that is correct. If we've been given radius, what do? We say the area of a cylinder is equal to pi r squared like that. What about in a case where we've been given diameter? We say cross-sectional area is equal to pi d squared over what? Over 4, guys. We've forgotten basic mathematics, from grade 12. Even grade 12, these things were there. These formulas were there. So this is how we calculate the cross-sectional area of a cylinder in a case where we've been given um diameter. But if you don't want, you can just simply divide this diameter that you've gotten here by 2 to get the radius of this particular wire. So let's calculate the cross-sectional area by plugging in. They've told us to say we have length here of 3 meters like that, and we have resistance of 80 ohms. The formula that we're supposed to use is this one that we have here. We want to find resistivity. We already have the resistance of 80 ohms. We already have the length of 3 meters. We are looking for cross-sectional area so that we make rho the subject of the formula. So I'll say this will be equal to pi multiplied by 1.5 times 10 to the power minus 4 like that. I'll put this in brackets, squared, divided by 4. That means my cross-sectional area is going to be equal to what? What will be the value of my cross-sectional area? No one has a calculator?
Yes, calculating.
So this would be 1.767 times 10 to the power minus 8 square meters. This is the cross-sectional area of this particular wire. Now we bring back this particular formula to say resistance is equal to rho, which is the resistivity, multiplied by length over cross-sectional area like that. We are trying to make rho the subject of the formula. What are we going to remain with? We are remaining with rho multiplied by length. This will be equal to resistance multiplied by cross-sectional area like this. So we divide both sides by length, even that side by length. That means my resistivity rho will be equal to resistance multiplied by cross-sectional area divided by the length of the wire. So this is the formula that we are using. Now let's just plug in the data that we have. We're going to get our resistivity being equal to resistance, which is 80, multiplied by the cross-sectional area, which we've just calculated to be 1.767 times 10 to the power minus 8, like that, divided by the length, which is 3 meters. This is going to give us resistivity of how much? It's going to give us resistivity of how much? Okay, so I'm getting 4.71 times 10
4.7.
to the power minus 7 coulomb, ohm meter, sorry, not coulomb, ohm meter. That is the resistivity of this particular wire. And that means we are done with this particular question. Is there anyone with a particular question or with a specific question where I need to understand? Anyone with a specific question where I need to understand? All right, if there is none, then that means we end here with this particular question.